to be just friends. 'Cause I would love to be close to you. Tell me now, tell me something, but I don't know how to be just friends. 'Cause I would love to be close to you. Tell me now, tell me something, but I don't know how to be just friends.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Tech Condo. Welcome. Appreciate you for being here. My name is Petra Verbruggen, as you can see right down below. But this is Scooter, who is also here today because he wants to show us the nice studio that we have been redecorating a little bit. Not a lot, but just a tad. And that tad is, of course, very, very important. And that is what we're going to talk about this video. Welcome, everybody that are online. I see a lot of people that are online. Let me go and say hi to you guys. The first one, of course, MT was in the house as the first one, which is fantastic, like he always is. And let me see who's in here as well. I see Nils is in the house. Welcome, Nils. Appreciate you for being here. Also, I see Vil is in the house. Welcome. Let me see. Eric, of course. Welcome all the way from Rochester, New York. And there's already a little bit speculating across everybody. Let's see how it is with the cable management. Sneak peek, not that great yet, but it is part of the process, indeed. Those other cables are all spaghetti. Yep, that is correct. I can say that firsthand. But we're not done yet. But I wanted to give you a bit of a heads up on what is going on and what I am doing. Also, Garrett is in the house. Welcome for Stuttgart. And DJ Ware is also present today. And he is saying hi to everybody. By the way, you're saying all kinds of cool stuff together, which I really appreciate you for doing that. Because this is a community, not only for me, but also for you. I thought the cat would feel lonely, so I gave her a TV to watch cat videos. Yeah, so that is something that we typically indeed also do. Today, my dad is in my living room, and Scooter is here. So Scooter is with me, and Robin is with my dad. Well, so let's see how far this is going to go well or not. But Scooter seems to be very, at ease at this particular moment, which is, of course, very important. So let's see how good it will be. Also, I see Alex, who is all the way from Italy. Welcome. Eric says a well-behaved Scooter. Well, at this particular moment, he definitely is a well-behaved cat. He is starting to lose some weight due to the fact that he is now more and more, playing with Robin. He's also quite angry sometimes at him, and I can imagine that because Robin is really in his face. So I can imagine that. So that is the way that it goes. But here is Scooter, and Scooter is, of course, still number one. And as I call him, the man of the house. That's the way that I call him. That's his nickname. So so today what we're going to do is that we're going to talk a little bit about the studio that I have and have had for quite some time. Actually, I looked it up. I had this studio already for about 6 years, give or take 1 or 2 months. And I thought it would be time to change it a little bit up. Not much, but just a tad. One of the things that I wanted to do with the studio was to declutter it a little bit. And there was already some comments about cable management and that kind of stuff. True, so true. Cable management is a mess. And still is, by the way. It's not done yet, but I actually I think that I removed like 30 cables or so last week and the week before. And I think that I am in a position that I can say that it's starting to feel okay, though not perfect yet. And I want to be very frank about it. So I want to explain it to you how everything is going, and that is the way it is. Oh wow, he is literally lying in my hand at the moment. So let me show you a little bit on the video quickly how it's looking like from here. So let me show that and remove the audio for a bit, like so. Come on, and boom. This is what I have in front of me. Scooter. I got my mouse. So this is the mouse of you, and this is the mouse for vMix. And we'll be talking about what I see in just a bit. But I thought that it was really really nice. So that's the reason why I've chosen to show it. All right, but he's back up and he's wandering around what is going on. All right, so let's talk a little bit about the changes that I've done so far. Maybe let's just do that via a tour, I would say. But before I do that, let's see if there are any questions that I need to check first. MT says moving 30 to 40 cables and are still working. Impressive. Yeah, well, kinda. there are things that are not working at this particular moment, but I came to a point that I'm like, okay, I'm very happy where I am at the moment, and the ones that are not working at this particular moment are not really very important for today, but they are, of course, still very important for later. So without further ado, and by the way, okay, well, just in the nick of time, welcome Automation for vMix. Thank you so much. All right, without further ado, let's check it a little bit out, and I'll tell you what I'm seeing right here with my phone, and then we can walk through there. I'll keep the audio via this one right here because you don't see me. That's okay. And let's go ahead and show myself first. Boom. There you go. That is, Infinity Loop right there. This is a 23-inch monitor that I'm using for confidence, but I can also use it as a second screen, as you can see right here. That depends on what I want to do with it. Let me just, for the sake of being a little bit sane, let's just keep it as a second monitor at this particular moment. In front of that, you can see a Lewitt LCT 240 Pro. I like this one very much. It's a very nice microphone, and you will see today that I'm actually having a bit of a microphone issue. Let's call it that way. But I really love microphones and have always been, and I still think it's great. In front of that, you'll see my cat making sure that he's beautiful, and that's great. And this is my Lenovo laptop right there, and it is actually I'm using that for the show. So you will not see any ATEM used in the show production itself, though of course ATEMs are my choice if it comes to external gigs. So that is a bit awkward maybe for some people that I'd make that distinction, but for me, this is really great, and the vMix works on this laptop, which is about 3 years old, and it's still running like a charm. Next to that, you'll see the Stream Deck Plus, and I'm using the Stream Deck Plus for a few things. Let me try to get rid of. There you are. So I can either shut down the lights and turn them on again. I can change the amount of light that is going via the LED panels that I have. The lights are actually at the moment on 21% and 12%, so they're definitely not on a very big chunk. Then you see a few quick shortcuts that I use. So not a lot, but a few of them. And next to that, sorry, Scoot, you will see this device right here, this audio device. And that audio device is actually to monitor if everything is good. And as you can see, actually it's a little bit too loud, but I'll take it as it is at the moment. And the Go XLR here is a little bit behind the monitor, but this is still the audio device that I'm using and I've been using for quite some time. I actually quite like until now. And then there are some miscellaneous parts, like for example, this is the my headset that I have on, during the break or at the start of the show, and this is new. So this is something that I'm working on right here. This is the Scarhoy PTZ Wiz, and this is a PTZ camera, PTZ controller that I will be using as part of the setup right here, because there will be some PTZ cameras. They're not working at this particular moment. Reasoning behind that is that I've also been working on the network. I know exactly what's going on, but I just didn't come around to fix it. So what I need to do is to change the the domain, or not the domain, the segment. Yeah, that's it. I think the segment to from 1 to 100. And I'm golden, or it's the other way around. But that's the reason why I cannot use it at this particular moment, and that's also the reason why I cannot show the PTZ cameras working at this particular moment. But they are there, and they will be working in just a bit. Well, that's talking about the PTZ cameras. Let's talk about that again. So let me remove this. So this is again the PTZ Wiz for connecting. So basically you just select the camera, which is not working at this particular moment. You select the camera and then you can just flip around to the presets right here. So that is the way that it works, and of course you can change it as well. And the beauty of a Scarhoy device is literally that you can use a Scarhoy device without any computer during production. So for configuration, yes, but not during production. So that is the reason for that. Moving on. So we were talking about the PTZ camera. So this is a top shot from my desk. So this is pointing down to me like so, roughly like this. And of course I can zoom in to a position where I can show you a product. Then also new is this one right here, and that is the Elgato prompter, and I actually added it for the demo to the text field, but you can also choose not to use a text field, but I can also add a additional display right there. That is something that I can also do if I would like to do that. For now, let's keep it on the text. And of course, the Stream Deck can be used for that. On top of that, a little bit without a mount yet, that's the Burdock Mini. It is the connection of the camera that's behind it, which is the A6400. And the Burdock is actually being used to make it NDI, and everything that you see in the production booth here is actually NDI. So what you're seeing right now is a NDI source. So that is really, really cool. So that is, again, let me show you the desk a little bit further away due to the fact that I want to show a little bit more. So this is the desk in its full glory. Scooter is included today. We have 2 keyboards. This keyboard is for that MacBook Air right there. This is where I have your comments, as you can see, and this is the production PC. Again, the prompter and the camera behind it, and some power cords that are here. For powering up my phone, for example, or other devices. Because, for example, I also have here at the ridge of the door 2 lights that are magnetic, so that I can use them for other purposes. So that is the desk, and of course this desk is lit. How is it lit? Via the Elgato key lights, and that's one right there. Let me turn it off just for the sake of it. So this is what it looks like right there. Really beautiful and really let me. Oh. So really beautiful right there. That's the device, and of course I not have one, but I have also another one on that side. This side is on 21%. The other side is on 12% because it's really close to me, and that's the reason why it can be a little bit less. So that is roughly what it is on the front of this desk. You might have noticed there is also something here. So I decided to start to have like a small, cycle bin, as so to speak. So these are the in-ear sets. These are the audio patch cables, video patch cables, HoloLens accessories, SDI cables that are 20 meters, HDMI cables, etc. And there you also have some additional accessories that I typically bring along sometimes. I now see that light is off. That's going to be okay one day. And I'm moving on a little bit. Of course, that is a camera right there just for security reasons. And then we move on a little bit behind me because that's where I have an additional light, and that is my hair light that makes this glow right here on top of my head, so that I'm a little bit more away from the backdrop. So that is roughly it. And if you look at what I've changed on the desk so far, I would state that the changes are the Elgato prompter, that is new, and the PTZ Wiz that I've now incorporated in my studio due to the fact that there are some other changes coming. The PTZ Wiz is actually quite a nice product, especially for the studio. It's extremely well built and really interesting to have. But I like I said, I only need to change a little bit the IP addresses to get it all working again. But that's totally me. There are some questions and remarks, so let's check that out. I see. First and foremost, welcome to the Kabel Studio. Welcome from the back corner from Holland. Yeah. That's a how do you say that? Danglish, Dutch English, but that's indeed where he's coming from. Welcome. Really appreciate it. MT says, welcome to Automation to vMix and the Kabel Studio. So that's really cool. And hey, Paul's in the house. Welcome. Appreciate you for taking the time to be here, Paul. Nils. An issue, so not enough microphones. Never enough microphones. Never, Nils. No, never. I'll tell you. You'll see it in just a bit when I start walking around a little bit. Then it will become clear. The Go XLR works fine in the fixed position. Absolutely, it has been there for quite some time already. I was a little bit worried about a year ago that Go XLR would die, and I was actually considering to utilize this one right here. That's the reason why that one is right there, because I was already planning to migrate to the Pro Presenter, the Rodecaster Pro, I mean, but it seems that Go XLR is still not died off, so that is a good thing, I believe. MT says the Stream Deck Plus able to operate the PTZ cameras. Yes, obviously, yes. The answer to that is absolutely 100% yes, though not as nice as the PTZ Wiz, because let me remove the PTZ Wiz from its from the cable so that I can show it to you. So now it's not on, but this is the device, right? So if you see this device, so the Stream Deck, that's basically these buttons, right? You can see that those are the Stream Deck buttons, and there are some LED bars right here. So apart from where the Stream Deck has the possibility to have a full color view, this one does not have that. It's like text-based or ASCII-based, but it's very nice OLED display. It has these rotary knobs, just like the Stream Deck Plus. But where it shines is really these buttons right here. So this is the joystick right here. And what is the difference is that this if you press it and hold it very slightly, it will move very slowly. If you press it more firmly, it will go faster. So it is actually changing how fast it acts based on the amount of pressure that you take, and that's something that the Stream Deck doesn't do, and that is it comes very handy with the zoom functionality, but also with pan and tilt. So that is the reason why I like this way more than the Stream Deck. But I can imagine that hey, it's not that cheap, so I can imagine that the Stream Deck is one thing that you might want to consider. So totally fine with that. But that is the reason why. And yes, you can use the PTZ, the Stream Deck for that. All right. Now let's move on, and I need to stand for the last part. So I will also switch to the phone, my phone's audio. So that will have a slight double audio, but it's going to be very, very, very limited. So please be aware of that. So let's move away from this one, and let's go this way. This right again. There you go. 3, 2, 1, go. All right. That should be working. Okay, so I'm just going to stand up, and I'll show you a little bit around. So here you go. This is, like I said, the cable management that I've just started. I really like it. Actually, 3 of them I can move already to another place, so it doesn't have to be in the studio. But this is working very, very nicely for me. Also, the stickers are very helpful. So that seems to be something that is something that will remain. Then let's move on to this place, and this has been there for quite some time. Though I did add this wooden plank due to the fact that there are already small things that fell off, and I do like the look of it, and it also allows me to hide a little bit of a light, as you can see, which is quite nice. So that is also new. And the idea actually is that I'm a bit, well, let's just say I'm not 100% sure what I want to do here, but I am considering to make this like a museum, right? So this is the first A10 Mini that I've owned, and I want to have this one on display because it's really cool. This is the first Scarhoy device that I have had, and this is of course a microphone that we just have discussed just now. Live view was one of the parts that I had quite a lot of interest in for a long period of time, and still have, but now more in the solo these days. And on top of that, this is a bit of storage, so don't worry about that. By the way, that's Portland. If somebody wants to know, that's where I've lived. And these are the LED bars, have been around for quite some time. These are Showtech LED bars, quite cheap, but they do the job quite nicely. I have 3 of them, so everything is lit. This is actually just plain black, but with that blue light, it really pops, and I really like it. Below that, you see a empty space. This is new. This is something that I have been working on the last 2 weeks, and the idea is that I can demo new products here, or use this for an additional space to put a laptop or something. For now, I am actually working on to understand this device right here. I will tell more about it at a later stage, but I'm testing this device. Testing that device, and that one is just for show. But this is really a demo environment, and now I have to go back to the other camera position for just a bit. Because I need to change something quickly. So if you are here, you see that this is nice blue, etc. But I actually have a demo indication like this. Boom. So now you see that this is all lit up, and you have a really nice area where you can actually take photographs, etc. And if I'm done, I'm just going to change it back to the other mode, which is very great that that's a possibility. Let me go back. All right. So that is that part right here. So a nice lit up environment. Below that, this is storage, but this is a very important storage. So let me go here to show you what is actually here. So these two are actually the ATEM switchers. This is the ATEM Mini Extreme, the HDMI version. This is the SDI version. This is the CQ18 audio device. And here you have two burdock cases with cameras, and below that all of the products that you need to hook everything up. And this is what I call, with the exception of the ATEM SDI, this is what I call the medium setup. So this is literally grab and go. I need all of these components for the minimum setup, and apart from the ATEM SDI, and I'm done. That's the medium setup. If I want to have the large setup, I just swap the ATEM switcher to the ATEM SDI. I still need to take this one with me, but there will be an additional bucket right here, an additional case with additional cables, and that will be for the large setup. And below that you'll see the PTZ joystick and some speakers. And here, not important, well, actually very important. I actually have to say, this is the network routers that are needed because of PoE and NDI support. Next to that, right there, you see a monitor stand that I can also bring along. So this is all here with one reason: grab and go. If there is something that I want to work on, I can then just take it and go with this. So that is that part. Now I have to get up. And we're going to go to this setup right here. And this is also a sneak peek for another video that I will be working on, and that is with replay. So I actually am here having a demo version of a replay game, and the idea is to show you in the video how this is working. This will be a second video because this is actually a nicer version. This is a little bit smaller, and 9 out of 10 times this is enough for what we do. So this is the replay desk. Now this computer has a double function. First and foremost, it is as I call it, the lab system. So I'm actually using it for trying things out, like for example this replay unit. I also am using this in case I am working for the local TV station. It has Casper CG on it, and if there's Casper CG needed, then I can bring this along as an additional input device for extra graphics. I tend to go for vMix for the graphics, but this one is actually quite nice as well. And that is roughly the studio. And if I take a little bit more room, I can show you how everything is all connected with each other. So this is, I see that I have a problem in just a bit. But this is what it looks like. It's very small, and as you can see, there's still some cables, but the cables are getting less and less. A week ago, this was all cables. Everything right here was all cables until this whole area was full of cables and gear and stuff. And now it's quite nice. It's almost 100% gone. And this is the studio, guys. I hope that's that gives you a little bit of an impression on how big it is. Oh, talking about microphones, this is another one right here. So I am, of course, you're going to use this one also here to, and then have a camera right here to have a discussion on whatever I'm planning here. Though the camera that I'm going to use is not yet set up, but that's this one right here, the A6100 by Sony with a Sigma lens, and that is the one that I'm going to use as a camera for this location right here. Let me change this quickly. All right. Let's see if there are any questions. And let's get my big friend. Hey, friend. Hey. Dude. Kom eens. Kom. Kom. Hup. Ja, dat weet ik dat je doet. Kom. Kom. Ups. There you go. Did I? Oh, still on. There you go. He's a little bit pissed. All right, let me check if there are any questions so far or remarks. Let me see. Where's my mouse? There it is. Audio's fine, no double. That's nice, really good. Cataloging, sorting boxing cables, yeah, that's really needed, and it will only increase. So one thing that I've not shown you yet, and actually I should show you that, come to think of it, I need to quickly check it out if I can find it, is that I also have off this area, I actually have a storage unit these days. And that is really helpful, I can tell you. Let me see if I have that picture handy. It should be after this. Let me see. Yeah, there it is. So, there you go. So these are the 50-meter cables that I have for SDI and Cat7 and all other kind of cables already nicely put out in a different area, because otherwise it's just not possible to keep it here in the studio. And honestly, I think that most of those cables that I have here in this area will go one day. But what I want to do, and that's something that I try to explain in just a bit, and I think that I failed a little bit, is that actually I have like 3 different sets that I bring along for gigs, and actually at first it was always on, what I always did was I checked what I want, what people needed to have, and then based on that I just grabbed and picked whatever I needed, but that takes quite a lot of time, honestly. So I was looking in the last 2 years and said, okay, what did I do the last 2 years? And roughly 24 different gigs a year. That's roughly what we're talking about at this particular moment. 24 gigs in a year. So roughly every other week, right? And from those 24, about 12, half of it, 50%, is not with my gear, but with gear by the radio TV station that is more south than Venray, in Panningen. That's where I typically also produce shows for them, not with my gear, but with other people's gear. But the fun part is that 9 out of 10 times it's also an ATEM Mini Extreme or SDI Extreme. So that is really great. So that's half of it, roughly. Of the other half, the other 12, about 6 of them is via this set that I have right here. So that's the reason why I say it is a grab and go. So half of the set is already here. It's already working. And then from the other half, about 3 of them are with the what I call the large setup, which is basically the same setup as the medium, but not HDMI based, but SDI based, which means those 50-meter cables need to come from storage over here. And then I need additional cabling for converting to HDMI and SDI, etc., etc. But basically, that's everything. So it's the same set that I have right here, but with one additional box, those plastic boxes that you just shown. And then I have 9 out of 12 already taken care of. The last 3 is with the XL environment, and that is with the 2ME switcher and with everything on top of it. And that always will be something that needs to be more specific, tailored to the setup that it is, due to the fact that because it's so huge, I really need to make sure that everything is lined up perfectly. So that was one of the key reasons why I've changed the studio, is that I wanted to have something that I could just quickly grab and go to a gig. That was not possible for me. Then I want to have this table ready for multiple situations. So I want to have this table ready for the lab PC that you see in front of me, that is the Alienware. That's the lab PC. Now I'm working on a video for replay, which mostly likely will be out in April, or maybe even sooner than that, maybe end of March. So that's what I'm working on to really get to know everything about it. Then I've got here a video that I'm working on right here. And this is another video that I'm working on. So there are multiple things that I'm working on at the same time. But what I like about this setup is now that I can use this setup for one video and prepare another video on this setup for another video. And I don't have to take back every single time. The computer can go like within seconds, so I make sure that everything is very easily accessible, so that I can move it to, for example, on the ground or somewhere else, so that I can use it for other purposes. And I really like this setup. Let me show it one more time because it's really cool. The Hue, it's by Hue, by the way. Okay, I can either switch it off. So now it's switched off. So it's very minimalistic, but it's there. It's just perfect, boom. Just like this. And then the demo comes into play. Boom. And this is really a lot of light. So that's really cool. So yeah, I'm in favor of this. So I cannot wait to start producing here. And of course with the Rodecaster, and my decision to actually, accept that I need some reading glasses occasionally, that does help to work on this. All right, there are a lot of discussions coming into play, so let's check it out. MP says, is that a Shure 55? Yes, it is a Shure 55. It's actually the Shure 55 limited edition that I actually got from my parents, from my mom and dad, when my mom was still alive. And it's like a treasure for me, right? It's a very important present. So thanks. Eric says, looking forward to the future episode of the replay. It looks interesting. It is definitely interesting. And actually, the fun part is, don't tell them, but this is the demo version that we actually use at IBC, and I'm pretty sure that that's also being used for NAB as well. Is your vMix connected to the DAC link or for the cam inputs? So at this particular moment, wait, maybe it's I don't know which vMix that you're talking about. So let me explain both of them just for the sake of it. This one. This is all video. So this is all pre-recorded video, and by the magic of looping and remapping it to outputs, it's running in an endless loop, and that's the reason why this game never stops. So that is roughly this part right here. So there is a DAC link card in there. A Core Duo DAC link card is right in there in that machine. Then the laptop that I'm using for this show. Everything is NDI based, so there's no DAC link involved on this computer at all. There's no DAC link, no capture. It's all via NDI. Hey, Raoul, what's going on? Really nice idea to use a football video to try out a replay if thing. Yep, it is definitely. And I'm really looking forward to trying it out. I'm not good at it yet, so I think I'm not in a position to really explain to you how things go. But I will be starting with the small one first. So I want to get that one under the belt as good as I can. Once I have that one in the belt, I will make a video, and after that, I will go to the big one and make a video of that one as well. So and then. The idea is actually twofold, is that I want to make cool videos, but I also want to have that knowledge because I also need it for maybe future gigs, but also for if I am at IBC to talk about vMix. And I'm not sure if I'm going to be here this year. We did not have a discussion on it yet, but I want to. So let's see what will happen. But I'm pretty sure. Well, if they would ask me, I will definitely say yes, and I will be asking them in a couple of months, maybe in May or something. I will start to book a vMix a little bit on this one. Neil says I test the big Skyward Blue device too over Euro 5. Screw man, jeez. Yep, he wasn't, but he was also very angry at me that I just said no. You have to go, guy. Show must go on, right? Cat 7 in storage and Cat Fluffy at home. Yes, indeed. Indeed, those blue cables that you saw below there, those are Cat 7 cables, actually. And 7 cats, that's way too much, and that's way too much. Never. All right, that's roughly. I think it's the. If I look at the comments, I think that I also said roughly what I wanted to talk about today. So if there are any questions, please let me know. Maybe so I think that it's roughly clear, but I didn't say what I want to continue with doing, so I'm not done yet. So a few things that I want to still do. Of course, there are still some cables on the ground, and also behind that curtain, it's still a mess. So I'm not showing you that. That's a hint. So what I want to do is that when I have a longer break, that will be in the summer, I want to remove a lot of the stuff that is behind those curtains. And I believe that I can at least get again 20 cables out of there. So that's something that I'm not looking forward to, but something that I just have to do. Now, all of the cables that I have been removing, they're now piled up in my bedroom in a big container. And what I will do also is that I will be sorting them and also putting them in those bins again, so that I can then put them into the storage unit, because I will not throw them away, because there's always a reason why to have that I need one of those cables, and at least I have something to go to make sure that I have something. So that is what I still want to do. But what I also want to do is, and that's something that I maybe need your help with, is I want to try to figure out what to do with this plank right there. Do I want to make it less of a clutter, a little bit more nice, but maybe a bit more of a museum? I don't know. So let me know what you think in the comments below, so that I have some ideas. What I'm also considering to do, but not at this particular moment, is I might be tempted to change this. Yeah, it's not in shot, but there is a vinyl brick area here. I might be tempted to make it a little bit differently, though it's not always in screen. So why should I take this is more important, this part, right? It needs to be okay. Anyway, oh, I forgot. This one is also a PTZ camera. And of course, this PTZ camera is pointing towards me, so I can actually see the desk once it's ready. But I can also put it the other way around and show this area right here, which is, so that's also one of the reasons why it is pointed there. It's a little bit awkward, honestly, but it works like a charm. I see another little kitten coming. Maybe can you put it on the desk, sir? My dad is here. Yeah. So this is the other guy. This is the other guy right here. This is Robin. He's a little bit smaller than Scooter, but he is still, I can tell you, my dad and myself are actually counting the amount of red dots that we have on our legs, on our arms. And if you see my hand, then you can imagine what kind of cat he is. He is might be a little bit laid back at the moment. What do you have here, man? There was a little bit of dirt that you had there. But this is Robin. It's unbelievable how big he is in this short while. So let me show you a little bit there. Nope, it doesn't work. There you go. Come back. Lukt het? Ja, lukt het? Okay. Heb je hem? Okay. All right. that's it. I'm sorry for that little bit of Dutch there, guys. And let me see if there are any questions or remarks. MT says, I think that the backdrop is okay, as that is a kind of trademark for you. That is correct. That I think that is correct. Eric says, great tour and great plans. Like to see how you refactoring and rationalizing functions and spaces. Yeah, so that is the thing with a small space like I have, is that you need to start rationalizing as much as you can, and you have to be inventful because you don't have the space anymore. And I don't have the funding to go into a bigger set anyway. So this is roughly it. This is what I can do, and I'm happy with this. But of course, when I am having gigs, that's when additional funding comes into play, where I can then utilize it for the show or for the gigs. For example, this blue box right here, that is done with my funding. And a little bit of help of you guys as well. I'm really looking forward to showing this bad boy as a replacement of the PTZ part. Almost there. I did test it today, but I want to again make sure that I understand what it is before I make a video on it. So I put it back into the box, also because of the cats, because I don't want to get it broken very quick. So I don't have a case for it yet, so I need to get a case for it as well. And my dad wasn't there, and Robin, oh. All right, that was all that I had in store for you guys. I hope that you liked this video. I will be looking forward to our next live stream. That will be in 2 weeks' time from now, if I'm not mistaken. Let me check that very quickly. I'm pretty sure that is the case. Yeah, next week. So in 2 weeks from now, we have a new live show again. And then the 30th, I will change it to the 23rd. So there will be a live show on the 16th and on the 23rd, for your information, because on the 30th, I am not in this the country. Actually, I'm actually in the UK, so I cannot be there here at that particular time. Thank you for the studio tour, says Veal, Petra, and thanks for the community. And absolutely thanks to the community. And please, if you like this, please go ahead and like this video or subscribe if you have not done that yet. And I'll see you in 2 weeks' time live. I'm going to try to also fit in already one video this month. I want to crank it up a little bit, so give me some time to really get things going. This was, I mean, you can see that I'm working on it to optimize it. So I am working on getting it done, but it's just a few things that need to be done before I can do it. All right. And with MT saying the following, thanks for the tour. I'm going to leave you, and I hope to see you in 2 weeks' time. Have a good one. Bye-bye.